Hi, I'm Julia Forrest, and today I'm going to lead you through a Hatha flow class that is appropriate for all stages of pregnancy. I always encourage you to follow your inner wisdom and your intuition, and to make any movements that feel good to you, modifying at any time if you need to. Remember to follow your breath, to go at your own pace, and to always listen to your inner teacher. So let's bring our palms together at the heart. Pausing to connect to your breath, noticing how you feel, how you're coming to the mat today for practice. Setting an intention for your practice. What is it that you would like to invite onto the mat today? Finding an intention that's personal to you, meaningful to you. Together in practice, watering those seeds of intention together. With your next inhalation, let's take a deep breath as we stretch our arms up. Exhaling to release, hands to the floor. Inhale, raising right fingertips, lengthening over towards your left. And either pausing here, or if you'd like to, you can come down onto your forearm. Deep breath in, coming up. Exhaling, right palm to the floor. Lengthening over towards your right side, finding lots of space on the right side body. And then pausing here, if you'd like to go a little deeper, you can place your forearm to your mat. Inviting a long, deep breath. And then rising up, stretch your arms overhead. Exhaling, palms come to the heart. Let's interlace your fingers, inhaling to the heart. Deep breath out through the mouth. Beautiful. Inhale, raise your arms up. Exhale, releasing palms down. Let's try that again. Inhaling, raising your right fingertips. Exhale, over towards your left. Inhale, lengthen, rise up. Exhale, over towards your right. Deep breath in, reaching both arms overhead. Exhale, drawing the palms through the center line of the body, interlacing your fingers, and let's exhale through the mouth. Inhale, raise your arms, and exhale, let's twist to the right, looking over your right shoulder. With your next breath, exhale, coming to center, raising your arms high. Exhale, twisting towards your left, looking over your left shoulder. Deep breath in, coming to center. And let's take hold of the right shin, bringing movement into your hips today, perhaps even making circles with your hips. If you'd like to, you can cradle your shin in the crook of your elbows, lifting from the heart, lengthening the spine, and exhale to release. Let's take hold of the other shin, inviting movement into the hips. If you'd like to, you can cradle your shin in the crook of your elbow, and exhale to release. Walk your hands back, roll your shoulders open, lift your chest, deep breath. And exhaling, walking fingertips forward. And then let's come to center onto hands and knees. And from this tabletop position, finding a stable base for this pose. So knees are wide, at least belly width or even wider apart. If your wrists are sore, coming onto your fists or maybe down onto your forearms if you'd like to today. So let's spread the palms, and as we take a deep breath in, coming into our cow position, pressing into the shins, the palms, opening through the chest, and exhaling round your spine. Finding your own rhythm here as you inhale, rolling shoulders back, opening, blossoming the heart forward, exhaling, rounding the spine. This is uncomfortable on your back. Feel free to inhale into your tabletop position, looking down at the floor, and exhaling into your cat position. And then placing your left palm to the center of your mat. Inhale, expanding through fingertips, opening through the chest. Exhale, very gently threading the needle. And try that a few times. Inhaling, opening through the chest. Exhale, thread the needle. And again, inhale, open. And exhale, threading the needle. Inhale, coming into table and shifting the right palm to the center of the mat. Inhaling for a gentle twist. Exhale, thread the needle. Really working with your breath, taking your time and moving at your own pace. The most important part of your practice is your breath, maintaining a fluid, relaxed breath. And then let's exhale, releasing the hands to your mat, coming into your tabletop position. And we'll extend the right arm forward and left leg back, gently hugging baby towards the spine, reaching back through big toe, little toe mound, and heel. And exhale to release. Let's root down through the right palm, left shin, reaching back, pressing out through the foot, reaching from the fingertips, gently hugging baby to spine. Exhale to release, down. Drawing large circles with your hips. If you'd like to, you can look over your right shoulder. And the knees come together. As we exhale, raising your shin up. And so continuing with your own breath, feeling the strength in through your hips. And last one. Rooting down through your right shin. Let's shift, making circles with your left hip. And changing directions. If you'd like to, you can look over your shoulder as you do this or straight at the floor. As we exhale to raise the shin parallel, feeling the strength of these really powerful hip muscles that support us. And then let's stretch it out, bringing knees wide apart, exhaling pelvis to heels. Either resting on forearms to create lots of space for your baby, or if you'd like to, walking your hands in front, resting your forehead on your mat. Inviting a deep breath into the back of the ribs, sides of your ribs. Exhale, softening the back of the pelvis with each breath. We relax those powerful muscles that support us in walking, standing, inviting the tension to melt into the earth. We'll bring the palms to the earth, coming into your tabletop position, and now taking your blocks and placing your blocks to the front of your mat. With your next breath, step forward with the right foot, placing your hands on your blocks if you'd like to, and you can heel toe the right foot out so that there's lots of space in through the front of the body. Making space for your baby and opening through the front of the chest. And then rooting down through the right foot, let's inhale, raise the arms up. Taking a few deep breaths here, shifting both sides of the pelvis towards the front of the mat. If this is uncomfortable, you can explore shortening your stance here. And let's exhale, hands come down. And either pausing here, or if you'd like to come into lizard, perhaps even bringing your forearms to your blocks or to the earth. Let's place the hands on the blocks one more time, stepping back into our tabletop position, and then stepping forward with the left foot, walking the toes slightly out, Making space for baby here, shifting the pelvis slightly forward, exploring breath in through the front body. And then let's bring hands to the thigh. And if it's comfortable to you, inhale, raise your arms up. Opening through the torso. I'm going to see if it's possible to create more space in through that left side of the body. Exhaling, hands come to your blocks. Taking a moment here. If there's space, maybe walking the foot out a little bit more. Maybe bringing forearms down to the earth. And then palms press into the blocks as you come into your tabletop position. If you'd like to, you can move your blocks now to the side, coming into a low squat or your downward facing dog. So notice how your hips feel. If you're in downward facing dog, walking the heels up and down. If you're in your squat position, considering bringing the palms together at the heart. And then hands come to the earth. Let's lift the hips. If you're in downward dog, walk your feet wide up towards your hands. Bringing forearms to the thighs. Your high squatting position. And then press the earth away from you as you roll your spine up to standing. Shoulders come back. Inhaling, raising your arms. And exhaling, palms come to the heart. So let's bring the hands to the hips. Feet are wide apart. And making circles with your hips. Exploring the movement of breath of the spine and the pelvis. If you'd like to, you can make figure eights with the hips, inviting a long deep breath into this movement, and then shake it all out. And so feet are pointing slightly outwards for this one, for this rolling wing squat. And so we'll exhale, sit back into our squat, and inhale, raise your arms up. Exhale, folding forward, bend your knees. Imagine that you're scooping up energy to roll the spine as you come up one vertebra at a time. And let's try that again. Palms come together, exhale, sitting into your squat. And if you'd like to, allow that movement to circle through the shoulders as we roll the spine up. Palms come up and exhaling, palms to the heart. And let's try that one more time. Sitting back, crossing the arms, release the spine forward, rolling up one vertebra at a time. Palms come up and exhaling, coming to sit into our squat, making sure that we can see our big toes, and then coming to standing. Let's come to the front of the mat and bringing your hands onto your hips. With your next inhalation, inhale, raise your right arm, touching index finger and thumb. Release your shoulder away from your ears. Exhale over towards the left. Taking a few deep breaths into the right side ribs. Rooting down through the feet. Exhale to rise. And let's release the right hand to the hip. Inhale, raising your left. And lengthening over towards your right side. Inhale. And exhale, release, palms come to the heart for our sun salutations. So if you'd like to continue to use your blocks, have them nearby. With your next inhalation, inhale, raise your arms. Exhale, folding forward. Making lots of space for baby here. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthening your spine. Exhale to fold. Let's place the hands on the earth, step back with your right foot. And here's where you could use your blocks if you wish to, opening through the chest. With your next breath, step back into a tabletop position, walking your hands up to your hips, placing your hands on your lower back, Inhaling, opening through the chest, lengthening tailbone down. And as we exhale, let's bring the palms to the earth, taking your time here. Knees come wide. Exhaling, coming to sit into your child's pose. Taking as many breaths as you need to here. When you're ready, inhale, let's come into our tabletop position, walking your hands up to the hips, and then stepping out with your right foot, either with your knee bent, or if you'd like to, you can straighten your right leg. Right forearm comes to thigh. Inhale, stretching the left arm overhead. Exhaling, bringing your hands to the earth. And we can pause here, just taking a little moment to massage out the hip. So you may feel a little clicking, cracking here, exploring movement. And then the left palm comes to the mat, and we can unfurl our arm, reaching fingertips up. And exhaling, hands come to the earth, finding your tabletop. Let's step out with the left foot, bringing your hands to your hips, and then resting your left forearm to your thigh. Inhale, raising your right arm up, and taking a few deep breaths here, breathing into the right side ribs, creating more space for breath, and exhaling, hands come to the earth. And taking a moment to shift the hips from side to side, maybe making some circles here. And then we're going to root down through the right hand and reaching the left fingertips up, open through the heart. Gently hugging baby to spine. Exhaling, releasing the hand to the mat. And we'll take a step forward with the right foot. Heel toe your foot out to the side. Through the chest, softness in the breath, and then curling your left toes underneath. As you exhale, step towards the front edge of your mat and walking your forearms up to your thighs. So let's take a moment, and as we exhale, hands come to the earth, and if it's accessible to you, you can come to sit on a block, or we can release the pelvis down to your heels, bringing your palms together in this beautiful goddess shape, connected to your inner goddess. So let's bring our hands to the earth. We'll practice our roll-up squat. If you're sitting on a block, we can move the block to the side. And then roll your spine up. Come up, exhaling, bend your knees, and we'll find our leg squat. Opening through your chest, reaching fingers up, and exhaling, coming into your squat. Big circle as we roll the spine, coming to standing, and exhaling, palms to the heart. To stand in our Tadasana position, and shifting the rib cage over the hips, opening through the center of your heart, and taking a few deep breaths. Feel that connection to the earth, the beating of your heart, the weight of your breath. Hands come together at the heart, and bending your knees slightly for warrior one, stepping back into a baby warrior, and then heel toe your left foot to the side. So when we look down to the feet, we're going to make sure that the feet are pelvis width apart, and so as though we're standing on two separate tracks. Hands come to the hips. We can place one hand to the lower belly to really remind ourselves to find that support, pressing out through the outer edge of the right foot, and then inhaling, arms beside the ears, bringing them as wide as you need to. left foot. Looking down at the feet, heel toe your right foot to the side. And then if it's comfortable, let's inhale, raise your arms. Deep breath. And as you exhale, rooting down through the lower body as you really lengthen from the crown of your head. Feel that strength, courage, grace. Palms come together at the heart, shifting your center of gravity forward into the right foot as you step forward to the front of your mat. Exhale, release. Beautiful. And so I invite you to find a wall, and we will practice a little bit of a balance here, tree pose. And so rooting down through your right foot, we'll come to stand with the right hip towards the wall. And as we press down through the foot, finding a comfortable place to rest your left foot. So inner ankle is straight, inner calf, inner thigh, wherever you'd like to work with. And then palms come together at the heart, or if you'd like to, you can continue to find the support from the wall. Pressing your foot into your thigh into your foot. Taking a few deep breaths here. So as we explore our center of gravity, and maybe it has shifted since you last tried this pose. And then let's exhale to release the foot down and change sides. And so we'll bring the left hip to the wall, rooting down through the left foot. And then placing the right foot to the inner calf, or perhaps even the inner thigh, whatever feels accessible to us today. And then right hand comes to the heart. If you'd like to explore your center of gravity a little bit more, you can bring both hands together and taking a few deep breaths. If it's a windy day in your forest today, we can try again. Connecting to the exhalation to really ground and find stability in this pose. Sometimes it can help to focus our gaze, looking at something that isn't moving, to really sharpen our attention. And let's exhale to release, and shaking out your hips from side to side. And so let's come to the front edge of our mat, palms come together, inhaling, raising your arms up. We'll come down to the earth, however feels good to you. Exhaling, maybe folding forward if you like, stepping back into our tabletop or our downward dog pose. If you're in downward dog, bringing your knees to the earth, and together we'll come to sit onto our knees. Taking a moment to stretch out our wrists. And so circling your wrists, if you have a favorite wrist stretch, you can try that stretch now. Interlacing your fingers, perhaps making figure eights with your wrists. And maybe pressing one palm away from you. And the other side. The top of the hand. Letting a long deep breath. You can bring the roots of the fingers together and peeling the heels of the hand apart. Taking a few deep breaths. Exhale to shake it all out. And so I invite you to bring your left heel next to your right side pelvis and wrapping your right leg over top for cow head pose. Options to bring the hands to the feet, or if you'd like to bend your right elbow, you can bring both hands to touch the spine, rolling the right shoulder back. If it's accessible to you and you can reach your fingers, you can go ahead and take hold of the fingers of opposite hand. And then lowering your gaze or closing your eyes, taking a few deep breaths. This is a posture that it's very releasing for the hips and really helps also focus our concentration inside. So to come out of this pose, let's release the hands behind, uncrossing your legs. And then crossing your left leg over the right, placing your hands over your feet, or if you'd like to, bending your left elbow and placing your hands on the back of the spine, lengthening from the crown. And so let's roll the left elbow back, opening through the chest. So sometimes our chest muscles just get so tight. Bring a nice deep breath and attention to our shoulders. Exhale to release, bringing your feet to the earth and finding windshield wipers at the feet, hips, knees, maybe even into the spine as well. So let's take one bolster and one block, and then we'll place the block just at the top of your mat or back of your mat, and placing a bolster over top, and then coming to sit in front with about a hand's width between your bolster and your pelvis, and we'll bend the knees and slowly roll the spine onto the bolster. And so this is a really nice one for the lower back. You're going to pick up the hips and then release the pelvis down. Either keeping this left knee straight if we'd like, or we can keep it bent. So you can see what is possible. So lots of options here. Bringing the right knee towards the shoulder. And so from here, you can explore circles at the hips, or if you'd like to, you can sustain a stretch, focusing one side of your lower back. And then releasing the foot to the earth and changing sides. I'm going to bring that left knee at least belly width apart. So how do we bring the knee to the shoulder? If you'd like to, you can stretch out your right leg. We're keeping it bent for more support on your back if you like. And then releasing your foot to the earth, lifting your hips once more. And if you'd like to, we can bring both knees wide apart, taking a moment to stretch the lower back here, maybe even finding some micro movements to massage any tension that we find there. And then feet come together and knees come apart for just a few deep breaths. Or if you prefer, you can bring your knees together and feet apart. So place hands to belly and just taking a few deep breaths here into the belly. As you exhale, gently hugging your baby with your breath. So bringing knees apart with feet on the ground, and either rolling over onto your left side or helping yourself up, rolling your spine off your bolster. And we'll move the bolster over to the side. And so let's come to rest on our backs. If laying on your back isn't comfortable for you, feel free to try this in a sitting or tabletop position. Do a little bit of rolling bridge pose with the breath. The feet are pelvis width apart, palms are pressing down into the earth. And with your next breath, press your feet into the mat and explore rocking the pelvis on your mat. So you can take a few deep breaths here, exploring that rocking motion of the hips. And if this feels good to you and you'd like to stay here, maybe even bringing the hands into a diamond shape and placing it over your navel. If you'd like to come into rolling bridge, place your hands on the earth, press into your feet, lift your pelvis, relaxing the front creases of your hips as you peel your spine off your mat. And let's exhale to roll the spine down. So finding your own rhythm here. Massaging the spine with the breath. Releasing any tension in your back that's still there. If you'd like to incorporate some arm movements into this, you can take hold of the elbows, drawing the elbows over towards the left, releasing the knees to the right, and then inhaling to center, exhaling, drawing the elbows over towards the right, knees to the left, inhaling to center, exhaling, palms to the earth, and rolling the spine up. If you would like to, you can begin to lift fingertips up towards the sky, releasing tops of your hands to the earth. So finding whatever movement feels good to you at this stage in your practice. Exhaling, release your pelvis down, placing your left ankle to your right thigh and interlacing your fingers either behind your thigh or in front of your shin, squaring the pelvis, taking a few deep breaths. Breathe deep into the hip joints. With every exhalation, and you soften any tension that you find. Let's change sides, release your right foot to the earth. Let's place the right ankle to the left thigh. Relax your shoulder, your neck. And allow the spine to fully rest on the mat. As you exhale, invite relaxation to the hips. And then releasing your foot to the earth. Let's bring both knees wide and making circles with the knees. If you'd like to, you can come into your happy baby pose, taking hold of the outer edges of both feet, rocking from side to side. Hugging your knees in towards the shoulders. And then feet come to the earth for windshield wipers. Incorporating the movement of the head over opposite shoulders. And making any final movements you'd like to make before coming into Shavasana. Either coming to lay down onto your left side or in any comfortable position. Sometimes it can be nice to do legs up the wall, or if you'd like to come into supported fish position. Taking a moment to synchronize and harmonize the rhythm of the mind, breath, and body, and these few moments of integration. Invite a few deep sighs, inhaling through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Inhale through the nose, and deep exhale through the mouth. practice a technique called squeeze and relax. Squeezing the feet, shins, calves, thighs, buttocks, and release. Let's try squeezing the feet, legs, buttocks, abdomen, back, arms, making a sour face. Squeeze, 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 and release. Feeling the support of the ground beneath you and letting go of any effort that you are still holding on to. Following your breath as it enters through your nose, following your breath as it exits through your nose, knowing that your breath is there to support you. And as we meditate on the breath, noticing when we get distracted and bringing yourself back to your baby, back to your body, back to your breath. With kindness we can return to ourselves, return home to our center. Utilizing this time to bring nurturing energy, healing energy to any part of us that needs healing at this time. I invite you to stay in this pose as long as you'd like to, and when you feel ready, wiggling your fingers and your toes and helping yourself up into a comfortable seated position on the mat. And so this breath that we will practice together is called Lunar breath. And for this one, we inhale through the left nostril and exhale through the right nostril. And so left hand can be relaxed on your lap. Inhaling in through your left nostril, covering your left nostril, exhale right. Inhaling through your left nostril, exhale right. And continuing on your own, deep breath in through your left nostril, exhaling right. So this breath is very calming. It's not to activate, it's really to activate the lunar energy in the body, intuition, energy of wisdom. Releasing both hands to your knees and meditating on your breath for a few moments. You can call forward an affirmation. Some powerful words. It's an affirmation that resonates for you. placing your hands over your eyes. In your practice, hope you bring forward your intuition, your inner guidance. Learn to recognize this voice. Moving the palms directly together and placing your hands over your heart. In your practice, nurture self-compassion. And self-compassion is so full that it overflows in all aspects of our lives. Rubbing your palms together and placing your hands over the womb space. Sending healing energy to the baby. Imagining our babies receiving that energy, the benefits of our practice. As our hands come together, and bringing to mind one self-care that you would like to incorporate into your week. And then bowing to honor yourself. Thank you for your practice, and I wish you a beautiful rest of your day.